Casey with Russo Resells. I am coming at you with another What Sold video. My first one was a little wonky. I actually only got through half the week, so we're gonna see how these go. Today I have 11 orders to pack and ship. Yesterday was Monday, September 1st, so Labor Day, and to my surprise, I had 10 sales. Usually on holiday weekends, I do not have a lot of sales, so I was pleasantly surprised at that amount. What we are going to do is we are going to go through my Poshmark sales from yesterday, and I have one for today. And then we are going to go through the eBay sales. I did not have any on Mercari, so unfortunate. But Mercari is usually hit or miss nowadays. So let's go ahead and get into the Poshmark sales. Like I said earlier, then we'll hop over to eBay. I do need to get these packages out. I have about 10 to 15 other packages that are already packed, ready to ship out that I had from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So let's go ahead and get into it. I actually misspoke. I had 3 items sell on Poshmark yesterday, so we're going to get into those. The first one is by Joie, not a brand that I typically pick up. However, this was 100% silk in a size large. As you can tell, very substantial, very beautiful. I mean, usually when I find this brand, the silk is washed and it's not in good condition, but this one is just so classic and beautiful. Very nice for, someone going into the office or even just casual. You can wear it with some jeans, some pointed shoes. Very, very cute. I had it listed for $35, I think, and quite recently I dropped my prices by 10%. Someone did just come in and pay for it full price at $31, and after Poshmark's fees, I was left with $6, not $6.20. They took $6.20, and I was left with $24.80, which is great because I did buy this at the $2.99 Salvation Army sale. Very happy with that. This is also another item I picked up at the Salvation $2.99 sale that sold yesterday on Poshmark. It is by Harley Davidson. It is new with tags. It is a size medium though. That's really cute, the skull. And it is from Antelope Valley, which is a couple hours away from me. I think it sold so low because it is a size medium. I had a buyer come in, they offered me $5, they offered me $8, they offered me $10, and at the last $10, I just started declining. I actually declined all of them. And after a month, it hadn't sold, I didn't have any traction on it, and the same buyer came back to me, and they offered me $12, which was yesterday, and I just took it. I only had $2.99 into it. I didn't want to look at it any longer. So Poshmark took $2.95 and I was left with $9.05. After my $3 cost of goods, I walked away with about $6, which is great because now I know not to pick up smaller sizes and I can invest that money back into my business. This next one, I am going to pop up a picture right here of. However, I will show you it. Or attempt to. It is by 7th and Hudson, and it is a size extra large. It is this really cool short chambray belted jumpsuit, which look at how cool that is. It is incredible. I got it for $5 at a half off Salvation Army sale. And I mean, for such a substantial piece, $5 is amazing in Orange County. I will take that all day. And since I only paid $5, I put it up for $40. I knew I could probably get anywhere from $50 to $80 for it, but I just wanted a fast flip. Someone did come in and offer me $28 yesterday, which I did accept. Poshmark took $5.60 and I was left with $22.40. After my cost of goods, I made about $17, but to me, that's great, and I've only had it for about a month, so if I can get $17 really quickly, I will. And I'm just happy that someone's going to be able to use such a cute piece. The last piece that sold yesterday, or actually this one sold today. This is by Land's End. It is a rugby shirt. Look at that cool collar, and I love the stripe detailing on this with the tan and the pink. I did have this listed for $25 because I did get it at the Goodwill bins, so I paid $1 or $2 for it. Somebody came in and offered me $8. I quickly declined. I know that I can get more for this. I declined. They came back and offered me $15, which is almost double what they first offered. I thought that was fair, and because I only paid $2 for it, I was completely happy with that. Poshmark took $3 and I was left with $12, but after my cost of goods, I was left with $10, which is great for a bins item. If I can get 50 items at the bins and profit $10, that's $500. I am very, very happy with that turnaround and that profit. For all of these items, I will be shipping them in what's called the Tyvek mailer from USPS. You can use priority mail mailers and boxes for Poshmark orders, which is really fantastic. For all of those, I will be using this one. And then for the 7th and Hudson, the chambray denim jumpsuit, I'm going to be using the padded flat rate because this one is designed for heavier items. So I am not going to pack any of these on camera just because it does take up a little bit more time, and I don't want to waste your time by you just watching me put stuff in envelopes. But I did want to go ahead and put in a short clip for Poshmark and eBay of what mailers I will be using to ship those items out. Okay, so just a quick reminder, I will be looking down at my phone to reference these sales. This next segment is for my eBay sales from yesterday, September 1st. So the first one, and I might actually put some pictures up here if I can't really show the item fully. So the first item is this beautiful Chico's traveler's dress. I mean, look at how amazing this is with the crepe embroidery. It's very, very floral and summery. And because we are leaving the summer season, I did price this appropriately. Also, I got it for a low cost of goods also, so I was just happy to go ahead and move it. I did have it listed for about $50, and a buyer sent me a $30 offer, which I did accept. They did pay $7 in shipping, so out the door they were about $38 to $39. I will go ahead and pop up how much I am making right here because I am not shipping them right now. I don't have all of the numbers, but I will be more than happy to put the end result either up here or down here for you. Now, the next item is this really awesome vintage piece. This is from one of my consignment clients. This is ice and it's 100% silk. It is like this beautiful like sheer kimono floral blouse. I will pop up a picture right here. This is actually an international sale, so I will also pop up where that is going. It sold for $37.98 plus $7 shipping. So they were all in about $50, I want to say, give or take. And that is pretty good. So it sold full price. I had it up for $38 and they went ahead and just bought it outright, which we love. The next item is a flop. This item is a Stanley by Starbucks cup. So my husband and I bought a couple of these, I want to say a year or two ago, and we thought we're going to sell them for over $100. It was going to be great, and all they did was sit. So I finally got an offer yesterday of $40, and they live, I want to say 2 cities over, so I knew that the shipping was going to be very nice and easy because I do have free shipping on them. So the buyer was all in about $41 or $42, and it's going right next door. We did lose money on this, but I am just very happy to see it out of my inventory. Okay, we are moving right along. This next item I actually bought off of thredUP. It's by Minnie Rose, and I didn't buy it for the name brand. I bought it because it is 100%, oh, it has a little something on it, 100% cashmere black like capsule piece. It's just like a 3/4 length sleeve, just little poncho blouse. So I was very happy to get, I actually got 3 of these, and my total cost of goods was about $10 a piece. But like I've stated before, I go off of my 2025 cost of goods, which is about $6. So the buyer paid the full asking price. I actually knocked the price down to $25 because I did want to move it quite quickly. So they paid $24.95 plus $7 shipping. And like I said, my cost of goods was about $6. So I'm probably going to 3 times my money, which I think is phenomenal. This next item is coming right out of my husband's closet. I will pop up a picture right here. This is a Built Basics crop cut V-neck short sleeve in color navy. And I actually had this sell once, and it was returned back to me because they couldn't deliver it. So I went ahead and I relisted, and I knew it was going to sell. And I had it listed for, I believe, $24.99, and a buyer came in and sent me a $20 offer, which I did accept. They paid $20 plus $5 shipping, and I am very happy with that, especially because it came out of my husband's wardrobe, and he was just not going to use it, so we might as well get some cash back for it. Okay, so just 3 more sales, and then we will be on our way. So this next one is this Vince Camuto. Really pretty, actually. Gold and black eyelet detail, like sheer blouse. And this is in a size extra large, which is a great size. I got this because the cost of goods was so low. I got it at a $1.99 sale when the Salvation Army used to do $1.99 instead of $2.99. And I've had it listed for quite a while. I was actually purging my inventory earlier, and this is one of the items that was about to go if it wasn't sold. So I'm very happy that it did sell. I had it up for $19.99, and someone offered me $15, which I thought was very reasonable. Even if they had sent me $10, I would have accepted. So they paid $15 for the garment, $5 shipping, all in about $20 to $21, and that is a great turnaround for $2 in. It isn't great in the aspect that I did have it for over a year. I'm not really happy with that. And Vince Camuto is definitely one of those brands. I do believe it's all about the style and the size. So be very mindful of what you pick up in that brand. Okay, this is a really good one. This is by Alice and Olivia. As you could tell, it's new at tags. So this is a black and gold cheetah print. There's a trend here with black and gold. Ruffle, just beautiful sheer top. Incredible. And this was sold at Revolve. This I actually bought off of the RealReal. I want to say a year and a half ago or a year ago, they were having like a 70% off sale, and I got that for like $10 or $15, which is amazing. It is a really small size. I think that's probably why they had it listed so low, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it, and we're just going to try it out. Well, I've had it for a year, and I was ready to get it going. I had it listed for $72 plus $5 shipping. A buyer actually came in and offered me $45, which I thought was very fair. So they bought it for $45 plus $5 shipping, All in, they were probably about $52 in, and that is an incredible profit. I wish that I'd had flipped sooner, but I really can't complain with the price margin on that sale. Thus far today, I've only had one item sell on eBay, and today is Tuesday, September 2nd. So I still have half the day. It's only noon, so hopefully a couple sales trickle through. But this one is from Baby Gap, and it is a 2T. It's just this really cute green plaid romper. And I'm very happy it did sell because I am in the process of taking a lot of my kids' items out of my inventory and sending them to Once Upon a Child. Luckily, I only have one item that I need to box up today for eBay. I usually just use boxes that come to our house already from our delivery, so I'm going to try to rummage through our garage to see if we have one of those. And I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, I finally found out how to use my eBay coupon for my store. So I did order these awesome poly mailers from eBay. And what I like to do is I like to color coordinate them. So I have the blue, I have the green, and I have the red, and whatever color the item is what poly mailer I will use. I know it's really weird, but it's what makes me happy. So at the end of the day, that's how it's done. I am adding a disclaimer here, and it is in regards to shipping. So on eBay, I do a flat rate shipping. So I either do $5, $7, $10, or $15 dependent on the item size and weight. That's just what I prefer doing because sometimes I feel like calculated shipping is a ripoff for the buyer. So I am more than happy to extend that great discount over to them. On Mercari, I do free shipping, and then on Poshmark, I do not do discounted shipping. I used to do discounted shipping on Poshmark. However, I have found that just sending a 20% off offer has given me more sales. So just FYI, in case you are curious about my shipping practices, that is them. Thank you. Hey all, it's Casey back again. It is the next day. It is Wednesday, September 3rd, and I'm going to go through a couple sales I had today and then the last few that I had yesterday that trickled in. So we are going to be going through the eBay sales first. Luckily, I'm going to be able to put everything in these poly mailers. Like I said, I will be doing that off camera, but I do have all of my numbers today. I want you all to remember that my cost of goods for 2025 is $6 per item. And I do also put my items in these clear poly bags and then into these before I ship. And I do have stickers, which are actually down here. Reorganized my whole office, so I'm going through that. But I have these awesome stickers from Shipping Hip that I use. I also use these stickers they're so cute, for fragile boxes or items in poly mailers for the post office so they know that they are fragile. I get those off of Amazon. And then I do use these USPS stickers on the Tyvek USPS mailers and also the boxes just to reinforce the adhesive that is already on them. Now that that information is out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what sold on eBay. These first three sales are actually what sold yesterday. So this first piece I have is by Natural Life. This is a really good brand to get. I want to say in bigger sizes and probably in the dresses or something more substantial than this. So this is just a nice little floral boho peasant blouse. It does have these really cute mushrooms on it. I don't know if you can see those at the bottom, but I went ahead and picked this up because I knew that Natural Life would sell. Everything that I bought from them have sold. Most of the items not at the biggest profits, but I still feel like it is a good closet filler. So I did send the buyer on eBay a 22% off offer, or the watcher on eBay. So that left them to pay $18.66 plus $5 shipping, which was great. My shipping cost was $5.20. My promotion fees was $1.48. I do promote all of my listings on eBay at 5%. And the fees to eBay was $3.53. So that left me with a profit of $13.45, which I am very happy about. With my cost of goods, it makes my profit about $7. So I pretty much doubled my money, but it is totally fine because I am happy to get this to someone that will wear it again. Okay, so our next item is this Banana Republic merino wool, just like oatmeal colored crew neck. It did have some underarm staining, and I did go ahead and put that in the listing. I still thought, I'm pretty sure I did buy this at a $2.99 Salvation Army sale. So I knew with the fabric content and the academic style, the granola girl style, it was going to sell well, especially going into this fall winter season. So the buyer offered $15. I did have it listed for $19.99 just to move it a little quickly because of the underarm staining. And I did accept the $15 offer. They paid $5 to ship because it seems like it would be heavy, but it's not. It's pretty lightweight, which is really nice. So they paid $20 out the door. I paid $5.83 to ship the item. My fees to eBay were $3.17, and my total profit is $11. I'm very happy with that, especially because it did have that flaw, and I really didn't realize that in the store. I didn't notice it until I got home. So I'm very happy with that sale. Now, I'm going to pop up a picture of this item right here because it is hard to show. This is by Maggie London, and it's new with tags. There's the tag. I was looking for that. It is like this really nice sheer long floral dress. I mean, this doesn't do it justice, really. So I will pop up the picture like I said. And this I had listed pretty low because there were quite a few listed. So I had it listed for $40 plus $7 shipping. And a buyer offered me $30 plus $7 shipping, which I thought was fantastic. I paid $5.70 to ship this item. I did have it promoted at 5%, so I paid $4.74 for the promotion. My fees to eBay were $5.42, which left me a profit of $21.14. I am very happy with that sale. I've had it listed for about 5 months, and I thought that I did have it listed at $40, and them accepting or sending me a $30 offer was more than reasonable, and I'm very happy with that. I hope you all are enjoying this video. It is becoming a little easier to talk about my sales. As you can tell, I do have some slip-ups in my verbiage, but I really appreciate you guys being here and following along, so thank you. My last sale on eBay was a sale this morning, and it was free to me. It is this beautiful La Perla lace detailed bra, and this is from my mother-in-law. So she had quite a few of these that she just decided she was going to donate, and I took them out of the donate bag because I realized that I could sell them. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the tag. This is a very high-end intimates brand. So there's that. And this I had listed for $50 plus ship, or actually $40 plus ship. And I had an offer on eBay for $25 plus $5 shipping, which I did accept. It cost $4.41 to ship. The fees were $4.46, and my total profit was $23.13. which is awesome because this was an item that was already going to be donated by one of my family members. Now we're going to be going through my Poshmark sales. So I had 1, 2, 3 yesterday and 1 today. I will now be looking down at my phone, which I have propped right here, to kind of go through these with you. So my first sale yesterday, which I was very happy about, is this Free People. Let me get the tag. Free People, if you could see that. This awesome bomber jacket. I mean, this is amazing. I will pop up a picture of this to do it more justice, but it is just incredible. I mean, look at those awesome buttons. So I had this listed for $50 because the hardware does have a little patina to it. And to me, I just don't like selling things for a super high price if they're not in pristine condition. So I had it listed for $50 and a buyer offered me $48, which I gladly accepted because it was only $2 under my asking price. My fees to Poshmark were $9.60, and I made $38.40, which is amazing. It does weigh, I want to say almost 5 pounds, so I might have to up the shipping charge on that, or the shipping pounds to Poshmark, so they can up the shipping charge, but I'm hopeful that I won't have to do that. The next item I am going to pop up right here because I don't have it with me. It is this new Nike React Metcon running trainers BQ6044 athletic shoes. And these, I believe, are actually in my closet right now, so I will have to get those and package them up, but they are my consignment client's item. And I had them listed for $80 because they were a small men's size of a 9.5. So I just really wanted to get them up and moving out. And my consignment client isn't really worried about gaining like the most money ever for his items. So I'm very happy with that sale. Poshmark took $12 and we ended up with $48. And he'll probably end up with $20 to $30, and I'll probably end up with $10 to $15 out of that sale. I give my consignment client 60% and I take 40%. So that's how I do business with my consignees. Now, the last sale of yesterday that I had on Poshmark was a very, very nice sale. This is by Treasure and Bond. It's just a brand I think sold at Nordstrom Rack, and it's this beautiful charcoal gray colored long sleeve midi sweater dress, which I love, and it has the slit right here. I will be popping up a picture of this to give it more justice, but I just thought it was so pretty and so soft. And the price on this shows that it was $89. I got it at a half off Salvation Army sale, maybe for $5. So that is the only reason why I bought it. I wouldn't necessarily buy this if it weren't new with tags or a substantial piece like it is. My last sale off of Poshmark this morning, and mind you, it's only 11 a.m., so I am hopeful to get more sales throughout the day, is this beautiful Cupshe burnt orange sheer 1X bathing suit. I just love this color. It's so beautiful. There is a liquidation store a couple cities over from me where I find new with tag Cupshe items. It is kind of like an Amazon return store. And I always pick them up when they are on $5 day. And what I did is I bought about 20 to 30. And I've sold about 20 to 25. I only have a handful left. So this is an item that was decreased in price on Poshmark by 10. And it was down to $17. And a buyer came in and bought it full price. So the fees, let me go ahead and pull up. The fees that were taken by Poshmark were $3.40, and I ended up with $13.60. A lot of these did sell for around $20 to $25, which is amazing when I got them for $5 a piece. So just selling about 5 bathing suits paid for all of them, and the rest of these are profit. This video went longer than anticipated, so I will be putting out a what sold part 2. Please go ahead and like this video and head over to the next one. Thank you so much for stopping by, and see you shortly.